of evidence in this case that were in trial. Some of it I've seen, and I'm really curious if y'all are having a relationship and both of you are legally married, even if separated, and you've made the point that we were both separated, but you're still legally married and there are children involved, why would you go so public on social media with posts about the relationship?
See, that's one thing. Since me being an influencer, as you said, I do post my life for the most part. That's one thing that I do regret. I regret posting so soon. Like I'm looking at it as me hanging out with him, his sister, and me and my family, and we're just all hanging out, even with the other parties. And it's innocent. Most of my videos are innocent, but they turned the innocent videos into something and made it as if we were dealing with each other during those times and those courses. But again, I do regret. That's one of the only things that I do regret, is posting a lot of videos so soon. Just to think that the internet was going to accept it, and it turned and backfired.
And did you post his children online?
I had a couple videos. Yes, I had a couple videos with everyone. Me, Tim, his ex, Mike. We were all involved, even with the children. But outside of like him and I being together, I didn't post the children at all.
Did you post videos of the two children without permission?
I always get permission from her or from him, from Tim. I would never do anything that spiteful to post the children and they're innocent in this.
I'm not saying you did it spitefully.
Yeah, no, I know.
You just put them up when y'all were out doing something.
Yeah, so no, I didn't. I always will have permission to post. Yeah.
You're representing yourself now?
Yes, I was representing myself in a case, yeah.
In the underlying case, have you ever had a lawyer in any of this?
No. Well, yes, I did, but not anymore. When it came down for trial, I did not have an attorney, no.
So you were pro se in this, you represented yourself the whole time?
Yes.
Do you regret that?
Honestly, no. It was an experience, and it was a wild one. I learned a lot during this trial.
Well, that's a pretty expensive lesson.
Yeah.
You've been to court once, represented yourself, and you didn't do very well.
Well, I feel like I did very well. In my opinion, I did. I feel like I did very well. Even though the outcome is what it is as of right now, I still take pride in me representing myself. Because a lot of people probably wouldn't be able to do it. They would have gave up or backed out a long time ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
It also wasn't by choice, though.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't by choice. I didn't have the money for an attorney.
We reached out to Akira's attorney, Robinetta Jones, and here's what she had to say. The central focus of this case was not monetary recovery. It was centered on the acknowledgement of wrongful conduct. It was about confronting betrayal. It was about restoring dignity and ensuring that actions result in appropriate consequences. Our client elected to pursue this legal avenue to bring the truth to light, to address the injuries sustained, and to ensure that such destructive conduct was not dismissed as inconsequential. I'll get your reaction to that here in just a minute. Akira's attorney further stated Ms. Kennard utilized her online presence to document the relationship, expressed disrespect toward our client, publicly post images of the minor children without our client's consent, and publicly display her affair with a married individual. And that completes the statement from the law offices of Robinetta B. Jones, who represented Akira in these proceedings. What's your reaction to her statement? She said it wasn't about money.
This was fully about money. Again, as I stated before, if it wasn't about money, they both knew I was an influencer. So they had some idea, like, she has the publicity, of course, and also she could have some money. So we're going to try to do whatever we can do. Her client and the whole team, as I stated on the news at WREL, her consent was given. One. Two, I never embarrassed her client whatsoever. Three, this was solely about money. This was solely about publicity. This was solely just about trying to embarrass me as who I am I have my own platform. I built my own platform. So this was fully about that. It's not about her being humiliated. No one knew about her. One, two, also, they know that him and I didn't start a romantic relationship until after the date of separation, which is legally in North Carolina. North Carolina said, rule states, you can legally be with anyone you want to be with, even if it's right or wrong. You can be with anyone you want to be with after the date of separation. We started romantic relationship after the date of separation. Yes, I know that there were inappropriate videos made in which I came to her client about, and her client also came to me about and apologized, as I stated also in court. We've had a conversation amongst those inappropriate videos, and I was under the impression everything was okay. But then when the lawsuit came out, I was completely shocked because we've had a conversation.
You provided some text that we can't show because I don't want to mess up the appeal or the court proceedings, anything at all, that you represented as proof of her giving permission.
Yes.
And I didn't read those as permission at all. It was just acknowledgement that it was going on, but not permission to proceed.
In the text message that I provided was her talking about the consent that she gave. In the end of the message, she said, it was a test and y'all failed miserably. That is what she referring to. There was a conversation had between her and I, and also Tim. We all had a conversation about what's our next moves. She informed me, she told me that she wanted me to be with Tim because she knew that her marriage was over and they were done. The divorce was happening. And she said, I trust you, Brene, and I want you to be with Tim because I know that my children will be safe with you because I trust you with my children. I trust that you will take care of Tim because I could not take care of him. His heart, his spiritually, emotionally, physically, all of these things, we've had conversations about that.
Wow, that's very magnanimous.
Yeah.
Okay, final questions coming up. With Kira, are you surprised she was this gracious in telling her, hey, y'all go be happy?
Yes, it was weird. I overheard the conversation. We were all planning to go to another place in North Carolina, Greenville, North Carolina, to apartment hunt for Akira. And I overhear a conversation, and she's like, I hear her saying, you guys should be together, yada, yada, yada. So I'm like, nah, this is not having this conversation. And then they call me in the room, and the first thing Akira says to me is, Tim, I found your wife. And I'm like, what? She's like, I found your wife. Brene's meant to be your wife.
Who said that?
Akira. She said this to me. She's like, Brene is meant to be your wife. She's God sent. It's a reason that you guys keep coming back together. You guys have a special bond and all this other stuff. And I remember specifically that conversation ending, and then her and I went to have our own separate conversation. And I was crying in her face. I'm like, there's no way that you're saying this. She was like, this is me letting you go.
Yeah, that's 1 out of 1.
Mind you, all of this happened before the lawsuit was even filed.
Yeah. Is there anything you want people to know about you? Final statement, I'll let you make it.
Yes. One thing I can say is I follow my heart. I am a kind, gracious person, and I am not a villain. Did I do inappropriate things? Was I proud of everything that I have done throughout this situation? No. But I've learned throughout this whole entire thing that God still extends his grace and his mercy. And I strongly wish that everyone else saw it like that. Nobody in this story is the victim. Everyone did some, crazy stuff. However, I can say that